Hi, I'm Vicky from Secret Mode, and today I'm really excited to show you the demo for our upcoming wholesome narrative puzzle game, A Storied Life, Tabitha. Let's dive in. So in A Storied Life, Tabitha, we are tasked with clearing out the home of a loved one who has died. And this is the letter that starts it all. It says, "Look at me, still mithering you from beyond the grave. I wanted to leave you a few bits to remember me by, but I haven't managed to get myself organised like I wanted. These things don't half creep up on you. I've left you a key to the house. Why don't you have a rummage and keep whatever you like? Feel free to chuck whatever else. This place has become a right midden. Maybe you could sell some bits and fund yourself a nice little holiday. You work so hard. Don't rush your life away. With love, Tea Kettlewell." So this is the letter that greets us at the start of the game. It really lets us know that Tea Kettlewell has passed. It doesn't really give you much indication of what our relationship is, but it seems like we know Tabitha fairly well. We're on fairly good terms with Tabitha. And she wants us to rummage through her house, keep what we like and chuck whatever else we want, and sell some things to fund a holiday for us. So let's go and visit Tabitha's home. So the demo will allow you to enter 2 rooms of Tabitha's home, have a little rummage round and sort out the items, and then we'll soon find out that we also need to complete her memoir as well. What I love about this is that everyone will experience this game differently. The items will give you words, and the words will change depending on what you keep, so no 2 playthroughs will be the same, and I expect that everyone who plays this will get a slightly different ending or a slightly different memoir. So replayability or multiple replays are encouraged. Right, chapter 1, a warm welcome. So we're going to enter the porch area, which looks like this. This is the very first area in the game. It says you're about to play a short demo of the game about a loved one who's recently died. You'll have the task of clearing out her home. While doing so, you accidentally damage her soon-to-be-published memoir, and you take it upon yourself to repair it. So, yeah. In this game, you choose which items to keep and to discard. Kept items will give you words that you can use to fill in the gaps in the memoir, and you'll play 2 early chapters, and the resources available have been adjusted for this demo and are not representative of the final project. Okay, so this is the memoir. As you can see, we've hung up our wet umbrella and it's damaged the memoir, unfortunately. This is a handwritten memoir, badly damaged by dripping water, and some of the words are now illegible. So we're like, whoopsie, our umbrella has dripped and caused this damage. We should probably repair that. We're going to pack the things in here. This is our box. We have to keep the memoir. And then we can head back here, and we've got some other items here. We've got traditional witch bells, durable binoculars, beloved family photo, a damp bus pass, some unsent letters, a publisher letter. That's probably should probably keep that. And we can pop that in there. There's some tape as well, which is a resource. We may or may not use it in here. Cat flap, absolutely useless. Always get rid of the cat flap. Walking stick actually will not fit in the box, I don't think. It's far too long. So you can either choose to sell that or recycle it. I'm going to recycle. Durable binoculars, a heavy pair of binoculars with a heavy floor printed strap. There's a blade of grass stuck in the focus wheel. So I love these bits of descriptors. Tells you a little bit more about the item and might make you decide whether or not you may want to keep it. I'm probably not going to sell this because there's a piece of grass stuck in there, and I think they're fairly well used by the sounds of it. So I may pack those. And you'll notice that some of the items have got symbols on them. So for example, this one has a lot of like celestial symbols like moons and stars. Traditional witch bells. In this game, you can kind of decide Tabitha's story and what sort of person she was. And I'll take you through that in just a moment. The bus pass I think I'm going to get rid of this time. The unsent letters, I may take a look at those. Stack of records. I always like to keep those. Cat basket again, well, it's too big to fit inside the box, so I'm going to sell it. I don't expect to get much for that. We can't pack away our umbrella because that's ours. We bought that with us. And these are far too large to pack inside a box. A rattling pillbox, I may take that. Some more tape. And I love these. Like, I love I just love clicking these, to be honest. Oh, there's a meal for 1 receipt. I'll keep that. And a welcome mat. A damp welcome mat. Smells earthy and stale. Too cumbersome to be packed. So I think I'm probably going to recycle that. And well, what's this? Tampered invoices, old invoices. Several of the words are oddly spaced and the text is misaligned. That is suspicious. Let's pop that in there. But I love just being able to move this stuff. It's so satisfying. I think that's the room cleared. So let's head over to our box. Now we can't fit everything in. But I may keep the receipt, possibly. I always like to keep the family photo. Now this has a heart on it. And what I'm going to tell you now is that there are different story strands to follow. So there are multiple different endings and there are different kinds of like archetypes that Tabitha could be. Like she could be a beloved grandma. She could be a naturalist. So she could be someone who likes nature. She could be a witch. She could be a lot of different things. And the items that you keep will inform what sort of person she gets to be remembered as in the memoir. So there are a few different story strands to follow. So, I mean, there's different endings. So replayability is key. So don't just stop at one playthrough. Give each room a good rummage. So I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you a few different things. So this time I think I am going to take the family photo. I like to take the family photo. The tampered invoices, I think we're not ready for that. And the meal for what you can discover that yourself. The meal for 1 receipt, I'm not going to take that this time. I might take it next time. The rattling pillbox I won't take this time, but I might take it next time. And I'll just show you sort of some of the variety that you get when keeping certain things. Publisher letter, I think we'll keep that. Unsent letters, I think we'll save that for next time. And I think if I can fit both of these items in, I will. Oh, I may need to pick and choose. So it's a bit of a puzzle here while we try and figure out how to fit all of these items in together. Feel like, yeah, that needs to go there. I really want to be able to fit these in too. How can I do that? No, that's not going to help me. I think actually, yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to fit. So I need to make a choice. I really want to keep both of these. Now it's telling me my box is too heavy. So we do need to right click and reinforce it. So now you can see here visual representation of a taped up box. I think I'm going to take the binoculars for now. And maybe I'll take the witch bells next time and maybe I'll take something else next time. So I'll do a couple of playthroughs of this room just to show you how things vary. But we have to keep the memoir. I don't think we have to take the vinyl records and we have to take the publisher letter. So we have to take these 3 items essentially in this part, and then these are the ones that we can kind of switch out and do what we want with. But yeah, I am going to hover over the box and I'm going to close and seal the box, and we're going to head to the next phase. So that's really just the first phase of the game, of the cycle. So you've discovered a room, you've packed some items, you've discovered what you want to keep and what you don't want to keep and what you might want to sell. And now we're going to take them all back with us on the bus. And this here is looking so nice. It's been really lovely to see the game in development and how this particular scene has changed. Love the animation on the cup of chamomile tea. Here we have this little phone, this little flip phone here, which tells us about our latest bids on certain items, and then we can go to our memoirs. Restore the memoir by filling in the blank phrases. The items that you've chosen to keep will help form a picture of who she was. Certain items go together. If you find things that don't make sense, try replaying the room to find sets of items. So that's what I was saying before. So this, for example, is very naturey, and this is very nurtury, essentially. So I actually have items from 2 different strands, 2 different sets. So they may not fit together, and it will impact what ending I get for this chapter. I don't recommend getting old, but I suppose it beats the alternative. At least I have aged. Now we can choose wisely or gracefully. So for this one, I am gonna go wisely. I can no longer enjoy my long walks, so I spend my days bird watching and reminiscing about the past. Now, had I chosen all of the other letters, I would get a completely different ending, but when I'm ready to finish, I press this and we get this ending. And this icon here will change depending on what items you chose and how you filled out the memoir and what word you used. So you'll get a different icon every time. Now this tells me that I'm on a certain strand, I'm on the green strand, and if I want to continue on that strand, every room that I go to in the full game, you might want to look for items that are more nature inspired if you want to continue down the green strand. And there are multiple endings depending on what strand you follow. So it is kind of encouraged that you do pick a strand and stick to it, but you don't have to. You can have all sorts of higgledy-piggledy strands. You can have a yellow strand, a green strand, a purple strand. And if you look in your chapters here, so each chapter will tell you what strand you ended on. So we're going to skip to another level real soon, but each chapter will tell you what strand you followed for that chapter. And once we get to the end, obviously we'll find out what kind of person Tabitha really was. We can also visit this page here, which tells us about our ongoing auctions, and this is like our holiday fund here. So currently that cat basket was only worth $3.75, and all of the total bids and final bids will come in at the end of the game, I believe. So $3.75 may not be the final value of the cat basket towards the end of the game, but for now, but that's it. We've done the first chapter, so we can continue and we can do wine and dine, which is a chapter 4. So we're skipping ahead a couple of chapters here. So I'll show you this chapter and then we'll replay the Porch a couple more times just so that you can see the different types of endings you could get. Now we have a budget for each room to buy extra packing supplies like bubble wrap. Anything that you don't spend will be added to your holiday fund. Wonderful. So there are free resources here. So there's vacuum packs, there's tapes, there's bubble wrap, and that will be used to package items. Also, I must say that depending on whether you pack an item with bubble wrap or not, if an item breaks while in transit, that will also affect the words that come out in the memoir. So I'm not going to take the cracked tween, I'm actually going to recycle that. Serving tween, again, you're looking at items with hearts on. This is very like motherly, very nurture vibes. You also have these ones here, very witchy vibes. Again, very nurture vibes with the hearts. So there are like key indicators to tell you what strand those items may be for. That's probably a very naturey item. Serving tween, I may keep that. And this, I've never kept the tablecloth, so I'm interested to keep that. The bread basket, I'm gonna recycle. So you actually can pop them back out as well and return them to the room. For serving bread rolls to a party of people, it has a thick coating of dust. Right, not used in a very long time. And there are like hidden items that you probably wouldn't even bother to look at a faulty light, but yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that. And the carriage clock, I really like to auction the carriage clock. Candlestick, and again these like descriptors, you can buy it cheaply at any off license. Like, I'm gonna throw that away. No one needs to be keeping that. Got a herbal remedy here. We probably could go down the witchy route this time if we want to. Keep a few things, why not? And the family portrait's quite cute too. And I'm always so intrigued by this. This gloomy picture is unpleasant to look at. you never get to see the front of it. Never. And I'm intrigued. I'm like, oh my gosh, I really want to see what this photo is. But you can't. So I'm probably gonna get rid. All right, so there's a rowan hanging tree. If we do keep that, that's definitely gonna send us down the witchy strand, which I really like. I really like the witchy strand personally. That's just me, but there are other strands to follow too. It is worth opening and closing everything because there are so many like hidden things. I'm gonna move these along. I'll move that as well. I could do this all day. I could literally click the furniture all day. I could literally click the furniture all day. It's so satisfying. Ooh, a loan shark's ledger. I'll recycle that. You guys can find out what that does. I'll leave you to it. Tape. Nothing in there. And some more bubble wrap. All right, we are overflowing with tape and bubble wrap. We also have this here, the budget, which we can spend on more resources. So if we wanted more tape or more vacuum packs or more bubble wrap, we could actually use some of our budget. Also, you've got this progress bar at the top here, which tells you how far you are into collecting all the items. You know, have you found everything? Maybe you haven't. Got ponds and ditches. I think I'm not super interested in books, just like in real life. I'm much more into my video games than I am books. I do like an audiobook every now and again, though, or a podcast. I feel like that's everything in this room. Maybe I'm missing something, but I do need to also pack. So this also is the progress bar for the packing. I really do like the cat, but this time I'm going to recycle it. And I think, I really like going down the witchy route, but I've done it so many times in my own playthroughs that I'm going to go down a different route this time, because I know where the witchy one ends me up. Bunches of nettles hung with string. They're partially dried and have a strong earthy smell. I actually think I'm not going to take those. And I think I'm going to go down this route this time. And I'm going to right click and I'm going to bubble wrap that. I'm going to right click and bubble wrap that too. So you can see that the bubble wrapping uses bubble wrap and also tape. I probably could vacuum pack this. I think, yeah, I can shrink it. There you go. So it goes into a nice, neat square. Yes, we do like it when things go into a nice, neat square. I can fit all of that in. Wow. I didn't expect to be able to fit all of that in. You can see I've got a gold star there, which means that I've found and packed everything that I could possibly pack in that room. And we've recycled plenty. So I actually have never kept all of these 3 items together, so I'm really excited to see what words this gives me for the memoir. Oh, we've got different tea today. We've got like a mint tea today. Carriage clock, we've got a bid, £15 on the clock so far. Definitely feel like it's worth more than that. We've got a lovely mint tea. I'm really loving like the cozy vibes of the tea here. Let's switch to our memoir. Right, so you can see that we've got a lot of like very homely vibes. We've got friends, my friend Anita, my husband, my trifle, my Yorkshire puddings. Like, I've never kept these 3 items together, so I'm really excited to see how this influences the memoir. I used to adore having my friends over for dinner, but there was now else left to do in the village back then. I used to pride myself on my lovely Yorkshire puddings. That's such a British thing. But, oh, my trifle always stole the show. I found the lively talk enjoyable. I do delight in company. But you can change this. You can go back and I do love company. Of course, Okay. My husband was especially fond of my friend Anita, or my friend Anita was especially fond of my husband. I don't know where this is going, but this is interesting. My husband was especially fond of my friend Anita. I think I'm going to switch that. My friend Anita was especially fond of my husband. That feels better. Everyone would love my husband. As you get older, you learn that a truly successful dinner party is thanks to the company and not the cuisine. Also, my lovely Yorkshire puddings and my show-stopping trifle. Okay, so yes, we get the very sort of homely ending for that one. So in this view, we can actually see what items we got. It will also tell you whether you missed anything. So if you haven't got anything, these will be blank and we'll have like a question mark over them. So it will tell you whether you've missed any of the hidden items. But it looks like I got everything. And it tells me whether I discarded it. So I discarded these ones. I put that one up for auction and I kept the green ticks. And yeah, discarded. So yeah, and each thing has a weight to it as well, as you'll notice. So that's fine. So there you go. And you can revisit your manuscript and have a little look. I thought that was really lovely. Really lovely story. And again, we've skipped a couple of chapters just in the demo here, so you only really get access to the porch and the dining room. So I'm going to go back to the porch and we're going to have another replay of that. And we'll probably do a couple of replays of that just so you can see how the items change the story and the outcome. And I guarantee you everyone will end up with slightly different memoir pages and perhaps a slightly different outcome as well. But if you follow complete strands, so for example, if you did a whole green run or a whole red run or a whole like purple run, it will influence the very end of the game. So yeah, I'm excited for people to discover that themselves. And I'm excited to see what like the most kept items are and what the most thrown away items are actually. Oh look, we've made £33 so far. How exciting. All right. Well, that will conclude the demo, but we can have another playthrough. And I am going to show you the porch again. And we'll skip this bit because we've seen this letter. But ultimately, yeah, Tabitha is encouraging us to have a rummage, keep what we like, chuck everything else and sell some bits as well. And it's up to us to define what relationship we had with her, whether we knew her, whether we didn't know her. She could have been a neighbour, she could have been a friend, she could have been a close friend, she could have been a grandma or a mum. It's really up to us to put our own stamp on Tabitha and think about what our own relationship is with her. And none of the graphics are final. I know that things are still in development and things are still moving. So, yeah. Things could still move on and progress before launch. So it is going to launch next year on Steam. And this is our very first demo. So I'm excited for people to play it and discover it and let us know what they think of it. Back to the porch. All right, I'm excited as well. If I was playing this with a live audience, I would love for people to tell me what items I should keep or what words I should use in the memoir. But I don't have a live audience right now, so this is a pre-recording. But yeah, it would be really interesting to know what other people would think that I should keep and what strands we should follow. So I'm gonna sell the cat basket again. Actually, you know what? I've never sold the walking stick, so I'm gonna recycle the cat basket. I'm gonna sell the walking stick this time. And got to keep the memoir. So if we try to get rid of the memoir, it says it seems like it's important, you should keep it. We'll pop that in there. Okay. And again, same with the vinyl. So I think the whole point of the vinyl is you keep these records and it's your soundtrack for the game. The beloved family photo. I actually think I'm going to get rid of that this time. I know that seems really harsh. And we kept the binoculars last time. So I'm going to get rid of the cat flap, and the same with the publisher letter, we have to keep that. Gonna get rid of the welcome mats, and I'm gonna get rid of the tampered invoices. I'm gonna let you discover the excitement of those invoices. And we could go down a really sad little route this time. We could take the bus pass and the unsent letters and the receipt for one. We'll see what that gives us, because that's kind of beautiful inside in its own way as well, but that is also a strand. The witch bells we'll take next time, I promise. And we've already done these. And we're going to open here. And I think let's take the pillbox too and see what happens with that. So that's everything in this room. Let's head to the box. And I'm going to take the unsent letters. I am going to keep the receipts. Got a publisher letter there too. And we need to keep the vinyls. And I think we can potentially keep everything else as well. Maybe? Possibly. Possibly. Maybe. We can maybe keep everything else. Let's pop this here and let's see. We can. The box is too heavy. Let's apply some tape. I'm going to keep all of this. I'm going to keep all of this and see what happens. I've never kept all of these items together either. You can all empty and return all items, so you can actually return everything and start again. You can continue to reinforce the box if you want. We have one more tape left. But right now I'm going to close and seal. So later on, so the whole premise is that everything fits inside one box. And we take it on the bus with us. How much is the walking stick? £1.50. Oh, come on. Come on. So like I said, depending on the items. So I don't think there's anything in the first room that is breakable. But later on in some of the chapters, some of the items are breakable. And if you don't bubble wrap them, you'll get different words here, depending on how broken they are, what condition they're in. So have a play with that too. So maybe try not bubble wrapping some things just to see how that affects the story. Let's have a little look. I don't recommend getting old, but I suppose it beats the alternative. At least I have aged. Yeah, let's see. I've never kept this set of items together either, so I'm interested to see how this skews things. I can no longer... Oh, stand... Oh, I'm gonna go bear. Bear my loneliness. I spend my days ruminating and reminiscing about the past. Let's see what that gives us. Oh, it gives us this. So this is also a story strand. So you can make Tabitha be sort of like a very lonely, sort of reclusive lady as well. So this is also a very valid strand to follow if you want to. And there you go. We found all the items. And again, it tells you what you discarded and what you sold and what you kept. So that was quite a sort of sad, melancholy story. But I like to remind people that this is not a story about death. This is a story about someone's life. It's a game about someone's life. And the items that you leave behind when you die and the stories that they tell. So it's a really interesting game. And it's inspired by the devs' own experiences of clearing people's homes after they've passed away. And that's homes of, you know, people they barely knew to close relatives. But I found that through my own experience as well, that when someone passes away, like even if they're a really close family member, you may still not actually know them particularly well. Like you may not know anything about their life prior to having children, for example. Like I don't really know anything about my parents' life before they had children. But I'm sure that they have items in their home that would give a hint to their younger selves. So it's really interesting to go through people's things after they've passed, and kind of be like, wow, I didn't know that they did that. I didn't know that they were friends with that person. I didn't know that they'd met that person. I didn't know that they had that particular hobby. So it's really telling, actually, like the items that people leave behind. It's really telling what sort of life they led, but a lot of it is also guesswork because they're not there to actually tell you the stories. You might get real lucky and you might have a very close relationship with your relatives and you might know everything about them. I'm going to go witchy this time. And I am still going to keep the bus pass. And I'm probably still going to keep this photo. I'm not going to keep the unsent letters. So yeah, it's really up to you how you decipher Tabitha's belongings and what life you think she led. Based on these items and these words. All right, cat basket, 375. Restore the memoir. All right, this is a real mixed bag of items and a real mixed bag of words. So not really sure how this one's gonna go, but I'm gonna follow the witch strand because I personally find that a really fun strand to follow. At least I've aged disgracefully. This is totally going to be me. I can no longer bewitch my community. But I am going to spend my days scrapbooking. So this is me when I go. This is me when I go. Age disgracefully. Can no longer bewitch my community. So I'll spend my days scrapbooking. It's going to be me. And there you go. You get the witchy ending as well. So there's multiple different strands to discover. And you can see each chapter will give you this, and you can choose to then that might influence what items you keep. You might only want to keep witchy items, or you might only want to keep the items that would make someone seem a little bit lonely or reclusive. You may want to keep the items with hearts on that sort of lead you down sort of the motherly, very nurturing sort of strand. You can go down the nature strand if you want to, and you may discover some other strands along the way. I'm really excited to see how people play this and the words they use and the items they choose as well. You can also end up with total nonsense if you really want to. So can we go back to here? You can end up with total nonsense if you want to. But it's totally up to you. So just experiment. That's what I would say, is experiment. Replay some of the rooms a few times. Replay the demo a few times as well. Pick different items. Decide to wrap some. Decide to not wrap some. It's totally up to you. You'll discover really cool things. And yeah, have fun creating your own memoir in A Storied Life Tabitha. Thank you so much for checking this out. Thank you for playing the demo. And yeah, if you're watching this on Steam, please head on over to the discussions and feel free to chat with us. Let us know what you think of the demo. We'd love to know. And yeah, we're really excited to keep you guys updated on the status of the game. And we can't wait to bring it to Steam in 2026. Thank you for checking this out. Go and play the demo. And I hope you have a great time with it. I'll see you very soon. Bye.